So we're going to have Italian rice this evening. Wait, Italian rice? What's that?
Tiny House Prepper.
Hi everybody, I'm Bill from Tiny House Prepper, and yes indeed, we're having an Italian rice this evening. Let me explain. See, Elizabeth and I, we share the cooking. We each do about half of it, more or less. And about a month ago, maybe a little more, I set out to make some Spanish rice. And all of a sudden, as I was starting it, I just got this wild and crazy idea. And I turned it into Italian rice. And when I do something like that, Elizabeth likes to say that I get my inner chef going. Well, I don't know about that. It was just a wild and crazy idea. But it worked. And we liked it. We were surprised, in fact, because it didn't really sound very good, but we liked it. A couple weeks later, I tried it again, and we discovered, hey, we really like this. So I'm going to make it again tonight, and it'll be my third time making it. Basically, what I do is take all of the things that you would put into Spanish rice, you make the rice, and then all the things that you would normally put into Spanish rice, like black beans and corn, chili peppers, things like that, and you replace it with Italian stuff instead. And instead of putting in chili powder and cumin powder, you put in Italian spices instead. And it sounds over rice instead of over noodles. I mean spaghetti. It sounds really strange, but it's really quite good. So let me show you how we do that. Oh, also, we are about to go on our anniversary trip in the cottage RV in a couple weeks, and quite frankly, we've been spending so much money on little things that we need to get that thing ready to go that our money is tighter than it was that we were hoping for the trip. So we've decided that for the next couple of weeks we are going to eat 100% from our Thrive pantry and not spend anything at the grocery store. So we've put together a menu this week that is 100% Thrive, and this is one of the meals. So we're going to be able to make this with 100% Thrive Life freeze-dried food. Oh, except the rice. But of course the rice is also from our long-term pantry. It just isn't Thrive. So let me show you how we do this. So 2 cups of rice, and 4 cups of water. Stir it up a little bit. Bring the rice to a boil. I also need to refresh the cheese. This is Thrive Life's freeze-dried mozzarella cheese. So I will take 1 cup of the cheese. And then it takes 4 tablespoons or a 1/4 cup of water. And all you do is just put the lid on, shake it around, get it all wet, and let it sit 20 minutes or so. When the rice is done, the cheese will be done. Now while the rice is cooking, we'll go ahead and prepare the other stuff. This is the Thrive Life crumbled sausage, or cooked sausage crumbles. I don't have any measurements here. I'm just sort of winging it. Which is the way we do a lot of our cooking. Here's sausage. We got some red bell peppers. We got some green bell peppers. And we got some mushrooms. Now this is all freeze-dried and it's all dry. Just needs to be refreshed with a little bit of water. Now we can just let this sit for about 15 minutes or so. The vegetables will refresh in just a couple minutes. The sausage takes maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and actually it'll go a little faster if we put it on heat. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the stove. And when I do that, some of the water will reduce off. So we'll put a little extra water in it. So we'll go ahead and put this on the stove for a few minutes. I'll just bring that to a boil and then I'll shut it off and let it sit, so that everything in there will be able to completely rehydrate. My precious wife just reminded me that I forgot the onions. So this is the chopped onions. Notice that it's diced real small. Great for adding a lot of flavor. Then I just mix it in there. So the rice is now boiling. Stir it once. Cover it. And then reduce to simmer for 20 minutes. And while that's cooking, this will be refreshing. When the rice is done, this will be done as well. So this is now boiling, so I'm just going to turn it off and just let it sit and let it finish refreshing. And as soon as the rice is done, that'll be done, and I'll be able to mix it together and put the sauce and spices on it. Now Thrive actually has two different kinds of tomato powder. They have this one which just says tomato powder, and this is dried tomato paste. Those little cans of tomato paste that you make spaghetti sauce out of and you add all of your own spices, that's what this is. It's great stuff. There's no spices in it. If you want to do your own thing, this is what you use. Now Thrive also has, as one of their sauce mixes, they have 4 different sauce mixes, they have this, which is classic tomato sauce. Now this is basically spaghetti sauce in a can, but it's dried. And you just add it, and it's just like buying a bottle of pre-made spaghetti sauce at the grocery store, except that it's really good. And so we use both of them, depending on which one we're going to be doing. Tonight I'm going to be using the classic tomato sauce. Because of this, I am not adding any other spices to this meal. This has got everything that I need in there. Now the rice is finished, so I just turned it off and it's just sitting there. Now I'm going to add the tomato sauce to the mix here. The water that's in there is the water that's left over from when I refreshed it. Now I could mix this actually in a separate bowl and mix it into a sauce and then pour it in here. But I've experimented with this and discovered I don't really need to do that. I can just sort of mix it right here with all the rest of the stuff. And this is just, I can't tell you how much. It's just mixed to taste. And the more flavor you want in there, the more you mix it. Couple more. Okay, now it's starting to look tomatoey. I think I will add 1 more spoonful. Okay, it looks good. Let me give it a taste. It's actually just like this. I mixed it so that the tomato sauce is actually quite strong. It's got a real strong tomato flavor. Now when I pour the rice in, then that'll spread in, and then the tomato flavor should be just about perfect. Alright, let me give this a taste. Just about perfect. It's surprising how good this is. Italian rice instead of Spanish rice. It's basically spaghetti sauce poured over rice instead of a poured over pasta noodles. So now I will dish some of this up. And sprinkle it with some mozzarella cheese. This is good stuff. And then I will take it over to my precious. So what are you doing there, dear one?
Oh, hi. I'm editing video,
Okay.
and I just got a cuddle attack from the kitty. I'm all covered in kitty fur. He wanted a big cuddle. But no, I'm editing. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. I just had to adjust the sound level here. And I think it's much better.
Would you like to eat?
Yes. Oh my goodness, yes, thank you. Oh, honey, that looks wonderful.
There you go.
Thank you.
Italian rice.
Oh, it smells really good, sweetheart. Oh. That is really good.
That's going to work?
Mm-hmm. That's
Okay.
just really good.
Let me get you something to drink.
Thank you. You're a sweetie.
So there you go. Italian rice. Made 100% from Thrive Life freeze-dried food, except for the rice, which was also dried and came from our long-term storage pantry. If you're interested in finding out more about Thrive Life, you can look at the description below, and I will have a link to our website, to our Thrive Life website. And thanks for coming along. I'm going to go eat.
It's yummy.
Talk to you later.
Thrive is great. I like it in the camper, which is parked in a campground a mile from a huge lake. That way, if the electricity goes out, which is almost every time it thunders in northern Wisconsin, LOL, I don't have to worry that I had freezer food spoil while I wasn't there. And I can use food prep time to do something much more important. Fish! Joellen. To think, I was looking at YouTube, curious about tiny houses. I had never heard of Thrive. I watched all of your videos and was introduced to Thrive. I supplement a few, very few things from the grocery store. This really saves me money, plus the great quality of the food. Amazing. And I thank you from my heart and soul for your videos. Maria.